the prominence that it has out in the community. You can't help but drive by and see that this is a beautiful church now. Now, that doesn't exclude us from having to go out into the community and invite people in, but it gives us a kind of a important fixture in the community, a place that people can feel like this is their home. This is where they are beginning their journey, their walk with Christ here in Reno.
It's very peaceful. It's life-giving. It's warm and inviting.
What I love about this space also is it's so flexible that we can just kind of it's easy to change and grow and do stuff with it.
It's already starting to see more people come in, and I think as those people come in, there will be more activities throughout the week at the church and more community groups. We'll see it as a space that is welcoming to lots of different groups. You don't have to be a Lutheran to use this space.
I like the flexibility of this space so that you have many different experiences here. The worship services can accommodate a contemporary worship service as well as the traditional. And I've also attended concerts here, and the acoustics are quite remarkable.
First time you come in, you hear so many opportunities that people have that they do outside of just the hour on Sunday. And I think that kind of community and what the people do, how the people give of themselves and of their time, I think is something that's very inspiring. It makes you want to come back, and it makes you want to participate and be a part of that group.
To me, this building feels extremely welcoming, and it makes a great theological statement. As we come in, we are met at the font, the place where we enter into God's kingdom through baptism, and then we are instantly pushed forward to the altar where we are fed and nourished for the journey that is before us. So the center of this building and the center of our life is gathered around the sacraments, and that is very clearly seen and understood in this space.
I think the most inviting thing about this building is it feels so welcoming. When you walk into the space, you can see all the people around you. There's a lot of light that comes in. Families are welcome in the space. You see people with children and young families.
And I love the expanse. It's not like the other one was, just long and narrow. It's wide, and you can see everybody. And yes, and especially the light.
I love all the light that comes in the welcoming space to draw people in, but also in the sanctuary as well.
The building contributes to the nurturing of our life as community, the nurturing of our faith, and it equips us for what we do the other 6 days of the week.
We are so blessed to have great musicians and a variety of worship styles which can now be accommodated in this space. So I think it has great potential to help the congregation grow.
One of the things that I love about this space is the way that it looks out on the road there. And so there's a clear message that while we stand here gathered around the altar, gathered around the meal that Christ calls us to, we are also sent out into the world.
It's light-filled. It's peaceful. I sit up in the choir, so when I look at those gorgeous windows, it just makes me feel good.
It feels very inviting. People can come in and find not only a place to park themselves and call home, but really feel like this is their home. The colors, the beauty, it's just so inviting.
It's just important to feel like I'm giving and doing what I can do. And I don't know, it's just something that I feel like I have to do.
Well, I think any time that you have involvement, whether it's financial or with your time with an organization, it helps you to be more deeply involved in that organization.
So I think having the ability to give something back to the church, we call it stewardship, is a very important part of being a Christian.
Stewardship is about returning what God has given to us and appreciating the ways in which we are truly gifted to be in this world, to have the blessings that we have, both material, family, talents, all of those things, that they're gifts from God, and giving them back, returning them as much as we are able.
To us, we've been very fortunate in the things that God has given to us, and I think part of being appreciative to God and is giving some of those blessings back to those who may need it.
It's what we do when we
nurture each other, when we have stewardship for each other, when we have stewardship for our church community and for our church, giving is what it's all about.
Stewardship is about a way of life, how we approach life, not just in the ways in which we give back, but how we reflect on what it is we are doing to tell the story of God's love with us and then with this world.
Since I grew up in this church, I always was taught that we have an obligation to give back. We're saved by grace, but how we respond to that grace is really what a life journey is all about.
My money comes from Christ to begin with, so I guess I just kind of wear it out and give it back.
I don't think anybody wants to keep a mortgage going. We want to pay it down.
I think as we pay down the debt of that church, that's going to open up other opportunities for us. We won't have kind of the burden of the mortgage hanging over our head. We'll have the ability to take some of those resources and spend them in other areas that we've been passionate about.
It will enable this congregation to build ministry. The more money that goes into paying down a mortgage is less money that can be spent in building ministries, doing outreach, building a sound educational program, supporting a pastoral team.
And so when we have high overhead or a lot of mortgage that we have to pay off, that limits the opportunity for us to meet the needs as they arise in the community. So by doing this capital campaign, I think we have the opportunity to free ourselves and to move forward in hope for meeting this community's needs in the future.
You know, we started out with a scary large amount of money, and we've been chipping away at it, and everybody's been really generous so far. And you know, one of these days we're going to get it all chipped away and it's all going to be gone, and we'll all be really happy about that.
It's the key part of going forward and growing this congregation, getting rid of a mortgage and then having the monies available to build ministry here.
I think what's special about Good Shepherd are the people. There are so many different types of people here, and they're all so welcoming and accepting of others. There's a lot of tolerance here, and that's an environment that we really want to raise our children in, to be aware that not everyone is like you and that that's okay.
I love how visitor-friendly I think our space is here, and the people have always, I think, tried to be really friendly, and because I think we are really friendly.
The people are so warm and friendly that draws guests to come back again.
One of the things that's very special to me about Good Shepherd is just the welcome and the exuberance that the congregation has.
It's definitely a welcoming place where you feel comfortable bringing your family and knowing that they'll be accepted and be part of the service.
They're ready to help in any kind of a situation. They're supportive. I know when my husband passed away, this was kind of my family, and it was important.